Sandy Says Read. Welcome to the channel. Tonight we're going to do another tag. Yay! This is the Would You Rather tag. JoLinsdell did this over at her channel and tagged me to participate as well. And this one looks... Question number 1 is, would you rather read a great book with a bad ending or an okay book with a great last few chapters? And I'm going to say that I would go for the okay book with the great last few chapters. Because, you know, a book can be awesome and wonderful, and a bad ending will really screw it up. I've read a few of those in my day, and boy, when you get to that bad ending, it makes you fussy. So, yeah, I would like the okay book, but if it can make up for it in the end, it turns out to be a great book. All right, question number 2 is, would you rather have good characters or good world building? And that's a really hard one to answer, because as a fantasy author, world building is so key to what I'm putting together when I'm writing something. But I'm going to have to go with good characters, because if I'm reading a book and the characters just suck, if I can't relate to them, I'm probably going to DNF that book. So good characters, that's what I want to see. I want to have good characters as well as a well-built world, but the characters are going to carry the story. They're the ones you want to get invested in. For example, when I read Me and Earl and the Dying Girl by Jesse Andrews, I was disappointed in the characters. I didn't like the main character and his best friend Earl. I didn't like them, and the story didn't resonate with me very well because of that. Didn't get that much out of the book. I want to say that the same is true about Furyborn. There's the two queens in this book. Neither one of them spoke to me. I couldn't really relate to either one of them, and I could not like either one of them. They just didn't speak to me. I didn't like them. And I don't feel that I got a chance to like them either. The world building left me a little confused in some places. I mean, there is one scene in here where one of the queens has a gun pointed at her face all of a sudden. And in that moment, I was taken completely out of the story. And I thought, wait, there's a gun? How is there a gun in this world? How is that possible? And from that point on, every time that a long gun, a shotgun, or a handgun was mentioned, I was hit with that thought of, why are there guns in this world? How is that possible? And that shows me that the world building didn't work for me. Now, it may work for other readers. Other readers may just get sucked right into these. Well, there's one world in 2 different time periods in this novel. So other readers may get just sucked right into it and may just enjoy it thoroughly. It may work great for other readers, but for me, I was just, no. And the two queens just didn't resonate with me. So the world building and the character building just didn't. But if one or the other had been awesome, I think I would have very much enjoyed this book, because the concept of this book was great. I mean, having these two queens, and you got to figure out if you're a sun queen or a blood queen and what your purpose is going to be. And there was a cool concept right here. So that's my rambling about character versus world building. Number 3, would you rather have a really likable main character or a really relatable main character? And I'm going to go back to that relatable thing. You've got to have a character that you can relate to. Even if they're kind of, fussy sometimes, if you can relate to their fussiness, it still works for me. Question 4, would you rather have a perfect fairy tale ending or a bittersweet ending? And this one, I'm going to say that depends on the genre. Because, if you're reading a romance novel, you kind of sort of have to have that fluffy fairy tale feel-good ending, If it's a romance novel, it's got to follow that pattern. It's got to hit that formula, and you end up with that, lovely ending. But for science fiction, some fantasy, a thriller, maybe you don't have to have that fancy schmancy ending. It can be bittersweet. Somebody can die. That's okay. I want to give you a quick example of a bittersweet ending. Now, if you have not read Villette by Charlotte Bronte, then you may want to just, turn your volume down for a moment while I read a short passage from the ending of Villette, because I'm spoiling the end for you. But this is just brilliant. Oh my God, it's brilliant. Okay, so our main character, she's waiting for the love of her life to return. He has sailed away. He's been gone for some time, and his ship is sailing back, and she knows that it's sailing back. I know some signs of the sky. I have noted them ever since childhood. God, watch that sail. Oh, guard it. The wind shifts to the west. Peace, peace, banshee, keening at every window. It will rise, it will swell, it shrieks out long. Wander as I may through the house this night, I cannot lull the blast. The advancing hours make it strong. By midnight, all sleepless watchers hear and fear a wild southwest storm. That storm roared frenzied for 7 days. It did not cease till the Atlantic was strewn with wrecks. It did not lull till the deeps had gorged their full sustenance, not till the destroying angel of tempest had achieved his perfect work, where he folded the wings whose waft was thunder, the tremor of whose plumes was storm. Peace, be still. Oh, 1,000 weepers, praying in agony on waiting shores, listened for that voice, but it was not uttered till, when the hush came, some could feel it, till, when the sun returned, his light was night to some. Here pause at once. There is enough said. Trouble no quiet, kind heart. Leave sunny imaginations hope. Let it be theirs to conceive the delight of joy born again, fresh out of great terror, the rapture of rescue from peril, the wondrous reprieve from the dread, the fruition of return. Let them picture union and a happy succeeding life. Madame Beck prospered all the days of her life. So did Pierre Silas. Madame Walravens fulfilled her 90th year before she died. Farewell. And that's it. Isn't that awesome? That is brilliant. Charlotte Bronte is amazing. I love her. And that ending to this book is brilliant. So that is what you would call a heartsick ending. That, brilliant. Brilliant. So, I mean, do you want the perfect fairy tale ending? Or do you want that? That, perfect. Perfect. Okay, I'm done giving away the spoilers on Villette. You can turn your volume back up now. All right, then the last question, question number 5. Would you rather have your lovable sidekick die at the end of the story or turn on your main character at the end of the story? Haha. And again, I think this depends on the genre. Because if you have a thriller, your lovable sidekick can turn on the main character at the end, and that's, a good twist. I like that. Or, you can kill that guy off, too. Okay, that's it. That was quick and easy, wasn't it? Would you rather? I'll tag a couple of people. I'll put you in the drop-down box below so that you guys can participate as well. If you thought this was quick, easy, and fun, give this a thumbs up. And please subscribe to the channel. Click that little bell icon so that you're notified each time I do something fun like this. Thanks so much, guys.